Let's start. So let's start on. So right now, this is my server. The first thing we should do is go to machine, settings, network. For adapter 1, you take internal network.
Okay.
Internal network. All right.
Okay.
And then while it's in a cold state, while it is off, you don't do this when it's on because it will
When
not be
it's
happy.
on. Okay.
And then you take the second adapter, you make it NAT. So this
Okay.
second adapter is the one that will connect to the internet, and this first adapter is the one that will connect to this other internal.
This other internal machines. Okay. That makes sense.
All right. So when you are assigning IP address, you are assigning IP address to your adapter 1. As for adapter 2, it will automatically pick its own public IP address. For your private IP address, you assign to adapter 1. How do you assign? When you're assigning IP address is for internal use. How do you do that? This is how to do that. So first of all, did you get how to come to machine, go to settings, and then assign two network interface cards to this machine by saying adapter 1 internal, adapter 2 NAT, and then saying okay.
Okay.
All right. So the second thing, in case you didn't get that right, is you go to for server and for the rest of them, to assign IP address this time, you need to switch the machine on. So let's turn it on. Let's start the machine. And then we'll quickly do a recap on how to assign IP address.
Okay. So for the other machines, do you need to do the same thing, or they will just be on the internal?
Okay. So let's do for the other machines now. So you come to the other machine now, client 1, right? Then you say machine, and then you say settings, and then you say network. But for these other ones, they will be only on the internal, like you said. So for adapter 2, 3, 4, no need. They are connected only to the internal.
Okay.
However, if you do really want your machine 2 to be able to connect to the internet as well, which we do not need in this particular project, then you come here and then you say enable second adapter, and then allow now.
Okay.
Yes.
But we don't need that because
But we don't need it.
the server is already
Yes.
going outside. Okay.
Correct. You're right. If we want, at some advanced level, we can even make the server the proxy that will take internet on behalf of all of the other systems. Anyway, to cut the long story short, we don't need this. All right. So
Okay,
I'm not going to say okay. I'm just going to say cancel.
Okay.
And then discussion. And the same thing here. So if I come back to machine and I say settings, and then network, you are going to see that I configured only adapter 1 for internal.
Okay,
for the other adapters, no need. All right. Now that I have configured a network interface card for each machine, the next thing I want to do is assign IP address. So to assign IP address, the machine will have to be on. Let me quickly on this machine. Let's turn that on. While that one is coming up, let me go back to server, which should be ready by now. If I come here, it's still coming up. So the way you have configured it, you do not need the way you are going about your own.
Yeah.
You are saying that your virtual machine should be slave to the host, not separated, not independent.
Oh.
Therefore, exactly.
Okay. So
Therefore, you don't
somebody
really need
can
to
come through
assign.
it and come in. Okay, I see.
So you are saying, I'm not assigning IP address, just use the IP address of your host.
Of my
I'm not
host.
giving you your voice, use the voice of your host. I'm not
Oh
giving
no.
you, no,
Oh no, I don't want that.
exactly.
Okay. Okay, that
All
make
right.
more sense now.
Yeah.
Okay.
So when you do that, you are not learning within the curriculum of what is expected of a security engineer. You are just We call it wuru wuru to the answer. You're just doing it anyway and it's working anyway, but really according to people.
Okay. Yeah, that really makes sense because I was like host, I'm like host, which means he's gonna have more access to my machine. But I'm like, okay, let me just see if I'll download this thing and get it on with.
Mm-hmm.
It took me a long time before I asked that question because I was trying to figure it out. Like, how can I
I
get this
know.
going on without?
I know. It's good. It's all part of the training. If you don't go through challenges like that, it's all good.
Okay, it's
All right. So
making
for the
more
IP
sense.
address, we come back here and we say control delete first of all. For server, it's really easy, but the I time. So let's check the other machine. Is this one ready? Our client. If we come to client and we say input keyboard control delete the I 2024. All right. So which one do we do first? We are doing two, so anyone that comes up first will assign the IP address.
Okay, sir.
Okay, is this one ready? Let's find out. So to assign IP address, we just go to network.
Network.
Look for the sign for network. Sign for speaker, sign for internet connection. Okay, so that's the base. And meanwhile, this one is ready. So for this one, we'll come to local server. And then we see, and then we see the network interface. Microsoft Defender. Then we see Ethernet port. Ethernet, which is so what I would call it network adapter, we'll call it NIC, we'll call it Ethernet in this case. So in this case, we click here because it's already presented there.
Okay.
If we want to assign IP address to this Ethernet, we defined two Ethernets. Okay, let's click one more time. All right, so eventually that is open. It's showing the two that we defined, Ethernet 1 and Ethernet 2. We are not assigning to Ethernet 2, that is automatic. For Ethernet 1, which is the internal, which we have control over, we take that, we right click it. We right click it, we take properties. And then we take IP version 4, and we take properties again. So this is where we move it from take IP address automatically to take IP address manually, and we enter the IP address that we want to assign manually. In this case, it will be 192.168.100. And then you press tab on the keyboard. And that's automatically fill the document. So this is how to assign IP address. Again, only to the internal network, not
to the internal network. Okay.
All right. So that is on the server. On the other machines, let's quickly see how that is done on the other. I'm just going to cancel. Let's take another machine other than the server. If we come to client now, normally we should see the sign for network here, but if we don't find it there, no problem. We just come here and we'll see network. All right, so network setting.
Okay.
Let me come here. All we are looking for is that Ethernet.
Yeah, the Ethernet.
Yes, however it takes us to get there, as long as we see it, we are good.
Okay.
Yeah, so we come here now, and that looks like edit IP address. We'll come to change adapter options, change advanced, network and sharing. Any of them actually, but let's look for the short one. Change adapter option. Let's check that. Okay. Right, so that is it.
Oh yeah.
We again, like we did before, we right click and we'll see properties. All right, then we'll take IP version 4 and we'll say properties.
Okay.
Normally you will find that the IP address is not already assigned, it is here, right here. So in this case, you are going to come to say, do not accept IP address automatically, at least at this time. Take this one that I'm going to manually assign. So you now say 192.168.100.11. When you press tab, it automatically fills and say okay. That's it.
Okay.
All right. I'm not saying okay because I already have it. So once you do that, and you now ask the system, what is your IP address? Did you get the IP address that I assigned to you? So ask the system that you come here and say PMD. And then command. Then you say, what is your IP address? The way to ask that is ipconfig.
Okay.
Right? It tells you my IP address as you assigned it to me is 192.168. Correct. Okay. As for the server, you could have done the same. You go back to server and you say, server, what is your IP address? By going to command. And you say ipconfig. And then it's going to tell you, well, I have two adapters. Which of them are you talking about? For the two adapters that I have, for the local one, the internal one, this is my IP address. And for the external one that is connecting me to the internet, this is my IP address.
Oh, okay. The NAT one.
Yeah, the NAT one.
Okay.
For that adapter.
Wow. Okay, I think it makes more sense.
Yeah, it's in the video. It's just that you didn't take.
Yeah. Wow. Okay.
So once you get these fundamentals right, everything is right at the beginning, then you will not have problem with
Nessus.
With Nessus or any other application you are trying to do.
Okay.
If you're having problem at floor 2 or floor 3, it means that there's something wrong with the foundation. You want to go back there and make sure.
Okay. Okay, I'll go back and reset all the IP thing. Then...
Yes, we have an observer. Somebody joined. Any question? Is there anything Busayo, anything you want us to?
No, sir, I understand it before. Just keep in, just see what's happening.
Oh, okay.
Okay, yeah. Thank you.
All right, guys. So I guess that's it for now.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Appreciate it. Yes, I will see you.
All right.
This video that you make, are you gonna put it on our video thing?
Not really. But if you want, I can share with just you.
Okay, yes, sir. That'd be nice, please.
Okay, I'll share with
just so I have it for recording.
All right.
All right. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
Bye.